Hi you guys, welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. Today we are making sugar cookies. Graham is making fun of me behind the camera, but so today we are making sugar cookies. I personally am more of a cooker versus a baker. Cooking, you can be intuitive with it. If it needs more salt or whatever, you just taste it and you can kind of like figure out what it needs. Baking is a literal science experiment, so you need to be very precise and follow the directions, which I'm not the best at. But I found, Graham, stop shaking your head behind the camera. But I found a good recipe that seems simple enough, and I'm gonna follow it to a T to make sure that it's right. I'll link the recipe below if it turns out well. That way, if you guys wanna try it too, you can try it out. So the first step was to make sure that the butter and the eggs have been kind of like warming up at room temperature. On a regular day, I would not have followed those instructions. I just would have gone for it. But today I'm actually following the instructions. So the eggs have been sitting out. The butter needs to be soft just to the point where you can kind of like squish your finger in it. And we're good to go. So we're gonna start making these cookies and pray that they work out. Okay, so I've got all my things kind of laid out that I think I might need, and we're gonna just get started. So you're gonna beat the sugar and the butter together and make sure that they're well beaten and fluffy before adding the eggs and all the dry ingredients. Okay, so these sticks are, the whole stick is half a cup of butter. So we need 3 sticks. Oh no, I only let 2 sticks of butter out to soften. We're off to a great start. I think it'll be fine anyways. Okay, so this butter is now melted. We are gonna go for it anyways, you guys. It's not starting off well. If you're a baker, please tell me what this is gonna do to my recipe, but I don't have the patience to let a whole other thing of butter soften, so. Ugh. Beat butter and sugar together until fluffy, about 5 minutes. Okay, I also don't have an electric mixer, so this is also gonna be very interesting. This is gonna be a do as I say, not as I do episode, but I still think they're gonna turn out fine, I think, hopefully. I'm just gonna kind of like soften the butter up a little bit more before I add the sugar in it with a fork. Yeah, this is gonna be a shit show. I popped the whole bowl of butter back in the microwave to see if that would help soften the butter that I don't think was soft enough. At least not if you're mixing by hand. I only put it in for like 10 seconds though, so hopefully that kind of helps. And then, how much sugar do we need? 1.5 cups of sugar. So equal parts sugar and butter. Okay, this seems to me like this is gonna be the fluffiest it's gonna get with no electronic mixer. So now we're gonna add in the vanilla. Okay, vanilla, this is the best vanilla extract I could find at the grocery store. This is definitely something that you don't usually wanna cheap out on, but I think a lot of people are baking right now, and there wasn't a lot left. 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. I did watch a cooking show with my mom growing up that says you're supposed to add double the amount that the recipe says, because that's what adds the flavor. So I'm gonna do a teaspoon and then a little bit extra just to make it really vanilla-y. And then 2 eggs with 1 extra yolk. And this one we just needed the yolk, so I just made sure to separate it, pop it in, and we mix this one up too. Okay, all the wet ingredients are mixed together really well, nice and fluffy consistency. Now we're gonna add in the flour, and I think it's something like 3.25 cups flour, and then a bit of salt as well. But this, they don't want us to overmix. So I'm gonna mix it all with this spatula and just kind of like fold it in. Fold in the cheese, if you watch Schitt's Creek. Just regular brand. Okay, the dough is all mixed up. I mixed it up mostly with my hands just because if you know working with like cookie dough, you can't really like mix it with anything else. So I'm gonna now divide it into 2 equal pieces and put it in like saran wrap and then pop them in the fridge for a good half hour at least, just so they cool. Okay, we've got our 2 little cookie discs and we're gonna pop these in the fridge and we'll be back to check on them. Don't look at how messy our fridge is. Okay, you guys, so I've been chilling this dough for the better part of the afternoon actually, so I think it's better to do it longer than it is to do it a bit shorter, but I'm gonna line a baking sheet with parchment paper right now and then I'm gonna start rolling this out. I don't actually think I have a rolling pin. We might have to use a wine bottle. I think that's what I did last year and it worked out just fine. And then I've got all my fun little cookie cutting shapes. So excited. I also put the tree up yesterday, so I'm staring at our Christmas tree and it just looks so cute and like festive in here. I love it so much. Okay, so like I suspected, we don't have a rolling pin, but I think this might be even better than a bottle of wine. It's a huge bottle of kombucha and I haven't even opened it yet, so it's nice and sealed and it's gonna be nice and heavy. We're gonna be rolling out the dough to 1/4 inch thick. They look to be about 1/4 inch thick, maybe a little bit thinner in some spots, but I think it'll work out just fine. Now we are going to take our shapes and dip the edges in, oh my gosh, why am I thinking in French today? In flour and make our shapes, put them on the baking sheet and we're gonna pop them in the freezer for, I think they said like 5-10 minutes. That way the edges remain super, super crisp the whole time and you get like really good shaped cookies. They're not gonna like spread or get all puffy. So let's do this. We've got our first little batch ready to go. So I'm gonna put these guys in the freezer. I'm gonna put a timer on for like 10 minutes and then we'll be popping them in the oven for 9 minutes. Time to take these bad boys out of the freezer. Oh. There we go. And we're gonna pop them in the oven now. Bye guys, see you in 9 minutes. Okay, they've been in for 9 minutes and I'm just gonna leave them in for a little bit longer because it did say to leave them in until they're getting a little brown on the edges, but they did not spread. They're still looking super, super crisp. So far so good with this recipe. I am currently quite impressed. They're not feeling like fully cooked through, but I'm gonna let them cool a little bit on the cookie sheet and then I will transfer them to this wire rack. So after that, I'm gonna try one to make sure that they're good so I can link the recipe for you guys. And then after that, I'm gonna make the rest of the cookies. So I'm not gonna film that whole process. I feel like this video is already gonna be long enough. But I am gonna decorate them tonight and I will edit that into a brand new video for you guys. So day 3 of Vlogmas. If you tune in tomorrow, today's day 2, if you tune in tomorrow, I'll be decorating the sugar cookies that I made today. So I decorate them the way that my mom has growing up, and I think they're quite yummy. Also, peep the tree. It looks so cute. Oh, I love it. So yes, so if you tune in tomorrow, I'm gonna be decorating the sugar cookies up on this channel. So subscribe, comment, like this video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye guys. All right, don't wanna leave you hanging. Let's see if they're any good. Probably overcooked these ones a little bit. They're holding their shape real nice. They're good. They're not like the best thing I've ever had, but they're pretty good. Stay tuned. So come back tomorrow so you can watch me decorate these bad boys. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That would be the best Christmas present ever. Thanks guys.